Mya Angelou was born Marguerite Annie Johnson on April 4, 1928 in St. Louis. She and her older brother, Billy Jr., were the children of Billy Johnson, a doorman and Navy dietitian, and Vivian Baxter Johnson, a nurse and card dealer. Mya became Mya to her brother, gotten from Mya or Mya Sister, with time. That replaced her birth name, Marguerita. Her parents' marital relationship was at best catastrophic. When she was 3 years old, their marriage ended. Consequently, Mya and her brother were bundled by their father into a train to travel all by themselves to Stamps, Arkansas, to live with their paternal grandmother. Life in Stamps, Arkansas, was moving smoothly when 4 years later, their father appeared unexpectedly to return them to their mother, Vivian, in St. Louis. This sudden relocation to St. Louis occurred when Mya was about 7 years old. Mya's mother had a live-in boyfriend, Mr. Freeman, who Mya and her brother met and lived with too. It didn't take long before Mr. Freeman began to sexually molest Mya without any penetration yet. One day, when she was about 8 years old, he raped Mya at home when her mother was out. To cover his evil deed, he issued a threat that he would kill Mya if she screamed and would also kill her brother if she told anyone what had happened. But the forceful penetration of her genitals made Mya fall sick. She was later taken to the hospital by her mother, who had no clue on what had happened until Mya's brother, Billy, discovered her bloody panties, which she tried to hide under the mattress. At the hospital, Billy coaxed Mya to name who her rapist was, with the promise that the culprit wouldn't come to any harm. Mya bulged. She gave him the name. Immediately, Mr. Freeman was arrested by the authorities. Because Mya lied to protect herself from any rejection from her family by testifying that her rapist hadn't molested her prior to the rape, Mr. Freeman was sentenced to only 1 year and 1 day in prison. To their disappointment, he was released temporarily from the prison the following day. 4 days later, Mr. Freeman was found beaten to death by people suspected to be Mya's uncles. On hearing about her rapist's murder, Mya felt she had sold her soul to the devil, thus bringing calamity upon Mr. Freeman by giving out his name. In a bid not to cause any more deaths, Mya turned mute for 5 years, talking to no one but her mother, Bailey. During the period she voluntarily went dumb, Mya took to reading books voraciously. She read about everything and anything from the public libraries, which she visited for hours at a stretch. In addition to reading so much, she memorized poems and book chapters that appealed to her, thereby developing what was called her extraordinary memory. That unfortunate childhood incident turned out to be the basis for her writings in 1969 memoir, I Know Where the Caged Bird Sings. The book garnered many honors and global recognition for her as a survivor who used her story to minister healing, perseverance, and restoration to readers. Certain bad occurrences have happened, which we became victims of by no fault of ours. If care isn't taken, a major part of our existence is threatened as a result of the damages sustained. But if everyone remains broken, who will then enjoy the beautiful side of life? Layla Gifty Akita said, "Every adversity brings new experiences and new lessons, great or small. The hardship we survive is for a purpose, something hidden from us until we are strong enough to face it." Client Lee Dennis opined, "In life, you can either be a victim or you can be a survivor. It's a mindset. It isn't right to let the bad that has happened to negatively define you. You're a winner, not a victim." J.R.R. Tolkien then stated, "All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. There is no incident that takes place outside the number of years we've been assigned on Earth to live, which implies that the time lost can be reclaimed. So, it's much better if we heal and move on while we still can."